Hello and welcome. My name is Sarah McLean, and I am happy to be meditating with you today. I thought we could talk a little bit about staying with your practice. What does that mean besides obviously meditating every day? Meditation really helps to create a new relationship with that impulse to stop meditating in the middle of a meditation practice. Have you ever been meditating and you had the thought, oh my gosh, I have to return that email, or I forgot to call that person back, or you suddenly come up with a great idea about how to rearrange your furniture and you get up and say, well, I'll just get back to that later. Well, what if you didn't get up? What if you stayed with your practice and maintained this practice in the midst of these obsessions and compulsions and impulses to get up? What happens when you don't react to those is you start to change your relationship to your thoughts. You start becoming, in your waking state, where all the benefits of meditation show up, you start becoming more responsive to your environment rather than having a knee-jerk reaction, whether to your thoughts or to the world out there. There's a spaciousness that gets cultivated, a spaciousness that you practice as you sit and meditate. So I often talk about the 5 essentials to meditation, and that is one of the essentials, is to stick with the practice. Not only to do it every single day, but to maintain your practice for the predetermined amount of time you're going to sit. So if you've decided that you're going to meditate for 5 minutes on your own one day, and 3 minutes into it you decide that maybe you should really make some dinner or check your email or walk the dog, instead of getting up, you simply notice the impulse, even feel the anxiety that might be created, and then return your attention back to the focus of your meditation. Now, I had great practices doing this. I was a cook in a Zen Buddhist monastery, and I had a lot of thoughts about food throughout the seated meditations, and sometimes I would think, did I leave the stove on, or I should really get out there and chop now? And it was always a challenge for me to stay with my practice and to allow these impulses and anxieties to arise and not react to them. So my practice in the Zen Buddhist monastery is one I'll share with you today. It's very simple. The focus is really, first of all, on your posture. So notice how you're sitting. Now, some people can't sit, in that traditional cross-legged position, so they sit in a chair, feet on the floor, legs at a 45-degree angle, bending at the knees, hands resting either on the lap, or you can place your left palms up, place your left palm over your right palm. Bring the pinkies together towards your belly and lightly touch your thumbs together, making a light circle or semicircle. Now, your eyes in Zen Buddhism, or what they call Zazen, the eyes are slightly capped, gazing towards the floor, maybe about 2 or 3 feet in front of you, depending on if you're sitting up or on the floor. Now, your eyes can get dry and you can get distracted, but the thought here is that it helps to create an integration between the waking and the meditative state, so that when something passes before your eyes, you can maintain that equanimity. And that's what we're practicing here, maintaining equanimity. So the practice is to sit up, your back is reaching up, your spine is reaching up for the sky, your chin is slightly tucked in, and you remain very still. So if you have an itch, you can look into what does that feel like, and then go back to the practice. If your foot falls asleep, explore what that feels like, and then go back to your practice. Now, generally speaking, I don't suggest that. I suggest you get more comfortable. But if you'd like to practice this today, you can explore the sensations of wanting to move, of wanting to itch, of wanting to stretch your legs, of wanting to get comfortable and not do it. Just explore the desire to do it. If you have pain in your knee or in your back, explore the source of your pain. Explore where everything arises from. Now the practice in this is very simple. The practice in Zazen is to count your breaths. Counting in 1. Exhaling, counting in 2. So you simply silently use counting as your mantra. Breathing in 1, breathing in 2. The exhale can be silent. Some people do breathe in and out and count both, but I prefer just inhale 1, exhale, inhale 2, exhale. Now the practice is to be done silently, and if you notice that you're on number 20, we're only supposed to count to number 10. Sometimes you can space out and go way beyond 10, so come back and start at 1. If you notice you're thinking about something else, a plan for later today, or a memory from yesterday, or somebody else out there, you have to begin again at 1. It doesn't matter how many times you restart the practice. You be kind to yourself and stick with it. It's a training, Zen training. So we'll begin by getting comfortable, stretching a little, making sure you're going to be comfortable in that seated position. And give yourself a deep breath through your nose. And I'll keep track of the time. Some reminders are to keep your breath natural, to breathe through your nose, to count your breath silently from 1 to 10, and anytime your attention drifts away, bring it right back to the number 1. Explore your body sensations if they're calling you, and stay with this practice, being very kind to yourself. Don't try too hard. And if you notice you have expectations, treat these as you would any other thought. Return to the number 1. Every 10 minutes I'll ring the bell. Continue to count your inhales, letting it be a faint counting. If you notice you're expecting something to happen, return back to the number 1. Bear witness to the physical sensations as they arise. But when a thought returns to a story, return your attention back to counting once again, starting at 1, counting to 10. It doesn't matter how many times you have to start again. In traditional Zazen, we come out of meditation slowly. You can put your hands together in a prayer position and bow to yourself, honoring yourself for your sincere effort in this practice. It's always important to come out of meditation slowly and remain seated as you stretch a little bit, rock back and forth, or do some neck rolls, or lean forward to stretch your back. It's always important to come out of meditation slowly so you can integrate whatever you've cultivated, whether it's stillness or the ability to bear witness to what's going on in your world, in your interior world, and bring that inward awareness into your life as you walk slowly into the world. Now, we practiced changing our relationship to the reactivity, and the benefits show up as you walk through the world. Maybe you'll notice you're a little more calm today, or a little less reactive when someone pulls out in front of you on the highway. You might just notice there's a spaciousness between stimulus and response. So thank you for meditating with me today. I hope you have a beautiful, spacious, peaceful day. Whenever you're ready, you can slowly get up and meditate your way through the day with mindfulness and awareness and presence.